So these people who have overcome such massive changes in their lives, if they have become legends and we talk about them today, how have they overcome? Let me tell you what happens. This is this is the secret.
Welcome to another transformative episode of Abed Podcast. This is episode 17. Today we are focusing on something every one of us needs it actually, a blueprint for success in 2025 and beyond. We often hear people talk about setting goals and achieving success, but a few truly know how to overcome the deep-rooted barriers that hold them back. Whether it's a failure mindset, which is something that many people may have, or victim mentality, and this is something even people they suffer from it nowadays, or lack of resilience. Many people, they will start their year with a very aggressive plan or some initiatives they want to achieve. However, with a few roadblocks, they will start losing that interest. So those roadblocks stop us from unlocking our full potential. And many people nowadays, they have questioned their, am I doing my best? This is my potential in this life and so on. So our guest today is here with us today to help you guys and help everyone listening to this episode to break through those cycles. Joining us live through Zoom all the way from Mumbai is Dr. Adil Dalal, a Forbes Coaching Council member and a global leader and entrepreneurial business and management and transformational leader, that's why he's here with us today. With over 20 years of experience, Dr. Adil has worked with Fortune 500 companies, trained thousands of professionals to help them to achieve lasting success in their life. If you want to build resilience or adapt the growth mindset, which is, to be honest, this is his word, a growth mindset, and even chart a course for your future, this episode is for you. Dr. Adil, welcome to Abed Podcast.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Abed. My pleasure.
Thank you. For those who may not know you, please introduce yourself to our audiences.
Thank you. I am, as you said, Dr. Adil Dalal. I'm from the CEO of Pinnacle Process Solutions based in Austin, Texas. And as you said, I'm currently traveling to Mumbai, but my roots are in Mumbai, but my spent over 30 years in the US. Came there for my education, got a couple of masters there, and ended up starting my own business, and really went through many stages. Though I started as an engineer, today I'm considered as a sensei leader. I have written 4 books. This year I'm writing 3 more. I'm working on my second doctorate. I'm an international keynote speaker. You've heard me speak, So I consider myself as a humanistic technologist. A lot of people use technology, and basically focus on technology and use the people. I focus on humanity and use technology to help humanity. So that is what I feel is today, as AI is coming in, and we are in the very unique age where technology is overtaking our lives.
True.
I'm trying to kind of create a area where humanity can strive and can really go to that next level. And what you talked about is the failure mindset with technology hitting us from all sides.
Correct.
Human beings are feeling, kind of sidelined.
Yeah,
Overwhelmed and sidelined. They feel that they no longer are important, and especially our youth. If you look at what social media and other technologies have done to our people,
Yeah.
I'm really worried about that, and that is where my passion is, to really talk about how to convert stress to success, how to really go from failure to a growth mindset. All these are very critical things, which is not, on a smaller scale, it can help one person, but I am looking at helping humanity with it because I see this. I travel. I've worked across 22 different countries,
Mashallah.
and I'm seeing this becoming almost like a pandemic, which is hidden. So thank you for inviting me. This is very important topic, and really
No,
excited to be discussing this.
of course. While we are preparing for this episode, you asked me what message this podcast aims to deliver, and my answer to you was to help people break free from the cycle of failure or the stagnation, where in their whether it's in their personal relationships, personal development, which is all interconnected with each other, or career satisfaction as well, or even the finding the purpose and inspiration through travel. This leads me to the first topic that we would like to use your time, honestly, the precious time we have it today. Uh, Dr. Adil, let's start with the most common barrier to success, and is the failure mindset. Many people focus on the past mistakes or failures, which is, to be honest, it can be the biggest holding back for them. And after you trained thousands of people around the globe and you have seen different culture and different mindset and education background, from your experience, can someone shift their perspective and start seeing failure as a stepping stone to success?
Absolutely. In fact, that is what you do. Is to me, success is not final, and failure is not fatal.
Yes.
Right. A lot of people look at failure as a fatality, and that is absolutely the wrong way to look at it. Uh, in fact, it's just like when you go to the gym, the first day you are obviously not going to be able to lift a lot of weight.
True.
That is what failure is. The more weight you lift, the more muscles you are going to build.
Agreed.
So the more you fail, they actually you're building your muscles. You are building your resilience. You are building something which is preparing you for something much bigger. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people look at failure in a very negative way. To me, failure is never a negative. There is no failure in life. There is always a lesson. Okay, there is either you win or you learn.
You win or you learn. This is I like this word. You learn. Very true. Very true. Sorry.
I'll give you a really great example from our times or from the previous times. Is do you know how many times did Edison fail?
True.
He obviously created, he gave us the incandescent light.
Yeah.
He actually, uh, you know, a reporter asked him when he was not successful at 1,000 times. He asked him, "Sir, what do you feel that you failed 1,000 times? Why do you continue?" He said, "What are you talking about? Failed? I know 1,000 things which did not work."
True.
He ended up actually finding tungsten to be working for the lamps at 1,800 times. 1,800 time, 1,800 thing he used. He found that, yes, that is the right thing. Today, if we did not allow that failure, if we call it failure, correct, we would be in the dark ages today. We would still be in the dark ages. So people who persevere are the ones who are ultimately successful.
Agreed.
So creating that mindset, using failure as a teacher is the most important.
For the people who would say that failure is a bit harsh word, what, because sometime as a human being, you need something to trigger your desire to succeed. So sometimes people, they will do it the harsh way by using more effective and strong words like failure, because using the word failure, sometimes it will trigger the eagerness to come out of it from the situation. However, it might have also the other side of it, that it will basically destroy, paralyze that person. So if it is the failure can be too harsh, what you gonna name it if you want to put a title of it?
Again, I don't call it failure. I call it a lesson, right?
A lesson.
If you feel that this is something you learn from it, then it is, a very positive thing. See, here is the major difference, right? Let me give you examples. Do you know Steve Jobs?
Yes.
How did Steve Jobs? Today we know Steve Jobs as one of the best CEOs, but he got fired from his own company.
That's true.
Okay. Do you know Walt Disney? Do you know he was fired for lack of creativity at one point? Okay. Do you know Oprah Winfrey was told she is not fit for a radio or TV?
True.
Okay. And she went through a lot of problems. And before he started Ford,
Yes.
he actually went bankrupt. So these people who have overcome such massive changes in their life, if they have become legends and we talk about them today, then, when we talk about these small things, how have they overcome? Let me tell you what happens. This is the secret. The secret is in your brain. Okay. It's the mindset.
It's a
correct?
mindset, yes. Mm-hmm.
And what happens is our brain is neurodynamic. It creates connections. Till the last moment of our lives, we are going to be able to change our brain. That is the key, correct? So what happens is when somebody perceives failure as a failure,
Yes.
what happens, number one, is your amygdala gets triggered. Okay, it's part of your brain, which is called as the reptilian brain, which basically,
yes.
which triggers a fight or flight response, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So when that happens, basically a neurotransmitter called cortisol gets
Yes.
released in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Cortisol is also known as a stress neurotransmitter, correct? So what happens then is your prefrontal cortex, which allows you to make great decisions and
Yes.
judgments,
Mm-hmm.
starts shutting down. Start shutting down on you.
Start shutting down.
Start shutting down because of cortisol. So what happens is now you are totally on a animal instinct, correct?
Survival.
So you're not thinking, you are on the survival mode.
Yes.
And this is what, then it takes you over. Then it does not allow you to get to that next level. Okay. So now how can you reverse that trend? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is where growth mindset happens. This is where Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, Henry Ford, all of these great guys, how have they been able to overcome? Because they do not look at failure as a failure. They look at it, as you said, as a stepping stone. They look at it, what did I learn from it? Correct? What did I learn from it? When you do that, what happens is a very positive thing happens in your brain, which is dopamine gets released. Dopamine is a happy neurotransmitter. So it makes you feel good about what you learned instead of thinking about the negative sides.
I absolutely concur with what you said. From my own experiences, actually, I remember I have started in my career. I have started 4 companies. 2 companies I have closed it in between. This is a time, if I give you a time frame, between 2008 up to 2023, late 2022. I have established 4 companies. 2 of them, I shut them down because of mistakes that I have done. And to be honest, once I use failure as fuel for myself to go further. So it's not only a stepping stone for me. I use that word to ignite more resilience and resistance to succeed next time I do it. So I'm 100% agree with what you said. Not only that is the dopamine effect. It comes to your mind. It's like, I have seen that situation before. That's why when I opened my third company, I knew what to do. I knew what to avoid and what pitfalls that I have done, mistakes, ignorance, ego, lack of a clear message, and so on and so forth. I have seen it before, but taking this someone's experience for the first time and he does a mistake, it can shake him if he doesn't learn from it. Yeah. So,
Tell my teams, I lead, programs, projects all over the world, and I say, it's okay to make a mistake as long as you are not repeating the same thing.
yes.
Correct? The worst thing is to repeat that same thing and find that you're not learning from it.
Mm-hmm.
That is not acceptable. But as long as you are learning from something, obviously, you don't want to make a mistake, which is not get over that. There are times when people do that.
Yes.
But I'm talking about day-to-day mistakes. I expect this is the thing people do not understand, Mr. Abed, is the badge of being a human being is that we are flawed. We make mistakes.
Absolutely agree.
Correct? We are not going to be perfect because we are not robots.
Yes.
Simple. That is an honor we have. That is something, part of humanity is that we learn from our mistakes. So there is no failure. There is no failure. As long as you are learning, growing, that is all that is required. Correct?
Absolutely.
Again, the way our body and mind is created
Mm-hmm.
is that every 7 years, you are actually regenerating your entire body. Almost every cell in your body is being renewed.
That's from a biological point of view.
That's from a biological point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So the decisions you make, you are thinking, oh, I made this decision 5 years ago, 7 years ago. You have already a different person.
True.
Technically, you are a different person. Then why are you blaming your old self?
Sometimes I can catch myself also doing that. I'm guilty of it. Sometimes I'm being harsh on myself for certain decisions that I have done it. Maybe I don't remember what is the state of mind or the state of myself socially at that time led me to do that decisions. However, it's as I said, I take it like a stepping stone. I don't have any regret, to be honest. Whatever decision I have done in my life, maybe it was now when I look at it, maybe it's not the best decision. However, it's needed at that time. At that time, when I took the decision, it was the right decision for me. This leads me to the second point, which is the side effect of having the word failure or failure mindset. It's a slippery slope. It will take you to the victim mindset. So how, from all your experience working with teams and people around the world, this is a recurring theme. When victim mentality attack people, then they have no control on their circumstances, decisions, and sometimes that's even it's like the rabbit hole. So what's your take on that? What strategies would you recommend for someone to break from the mindset of victim mindset, at least to regain control? Because I'll tell you why. A lot of people, they go and, how can I say, the last resort for them is the New Year resolution. To be honest, this is something, you're going to laugh about it, but it's really, I've seen it multiple times. I feel it like they are looking for a hope that a year will bring. Hope for a human being is good for us, but it's very fragile. You can be victimized later on. So what do you recommend from people to get out this victim mindset? Yeah.
It does take you, when you feel that some people actually want to use victim mindset,
True.
correct?
Yeah.
Some people are really wanting that because they feel that that gets them today in our society. Sometimes victim mindset is celebrated, correct? They're
Yeah.
rewarded, and that is absolutely the wrong thing to do, correct? Because victim mindset is when you give up control over what you can do, and that is absolutely, you always will have a choice. You always have a choice, correct? So
Some sorry from interrupted, but this is interesting
no,
conversation. The victim mindset sometimes it even in the personal level it takes you.
yeah,
I'm not lucky. Well, I didn't deserve that. This is the trigger. I didn't deserve that. So
correct,
this is the gate for victim mindset.
correct, absolutely. And and you know where the victim mindset comes from?
Tell me.
It's relativity. Okay.
From where?
I'm joking about that. I'm joking about that. It's about relativity because what victim is first of all, they feel they don't have control. Second off, they feel they are unlucky because they are always comparing themselves to people who are they feel are better than them. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
As human mentality is our comparison is always with those we feel are above us. But
Yes.
why don't you look below? Today there are, you know, kids who cannot afford even a meal, correct? They
Yes.
cannot afford anything. How lucky are we from that?
Very
How
true.
lucky are we? The gratitude, the attitude of gratitude is so powerful,
Mm-hmm.
where no matter what little you have, focus on the positives in your life. Just bring, just bring focus on what you are lucky for. You are definitely lucky for something.
And this is exactly one of the things that I have seen it from meeting a lot of people or interviewing a lot of people in the past. God knows how many years I'm here in the expat community. You will find a lot of them hitting a wall, and hitting a wall on relationship, hitting a wall on career stagnation, and then the immediate word, it was not fair. Oh, I did. You're laughing, but this is unfortunately the truth, and this is what's the stereotype. People they will say, "Oh, it was not fair. I did my best. I was not lucky." So this is the victim mindset. Really, I could see sometimes people they struggle to break free from it.
But see, this is this is like when you're under stress and you allow stress to happen, it becomes chronic stress. This is exactly what it is. You allow failure mindset to set in, then
Mm-hmm.
the victim mindset will set in. So if you stop it at the early stage, correct? It is like you have some initial you know headache before that becomes into a very serious issue. You
Yeah,
catch it and you solve it. This is what the failure mindset is about. You catch it at the failure mindset. How can you end up with a victim mindset? Because you're always thinking positive. When you're thinking positive, there is no room in your thinking for the negative. Even if people are mean to you,
mm.
even if things are happening to you. See, a lot of times, you know, we know people can act very mean. We know things happen to everyone. We know sometimes people go out of their way to hurt other people or say things. Sometimes it is from outside, mostly it is also family.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? It's the people who are closest to you are end up hurting you. Would you agree? That's where the hurt is felt the most.
You took that word from my mouth, to be honest, and this is exactly what I wanted to say. Sometimes the victim mindset it's have been fueled by people around you.
That is
It's,
exactly what happens because, see, a stranger tells you something doesn't affect you. But
yes,
when someone close to you says something, that is when it really makes it digs the hurt goes much deeper, and that is
absolutely.
when you feel that victim mindset. But one thing you have to understand about human psychology, Mr. Abed, is uh, human beings, the people who are in pain are the ones who hurt others. Do you understand?
Unpack that one. Unpack that. No. This is important. I mean, Dr. Adil, you are today with us here, really to help people out there. Because exactly, that's why we are here, to help the people out there. Because there is some, I see people who are like not only stabbing people on the back, no, they twist the knife as well. So please feel free to unpack that, please. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So basically what happens is when the people are themselves in pain, or they are not having the EQ, the emotional intelligence, to understand that you cannot be hurting other people in this way, or backstabbing them, or vilifying them in the wrong way, when they absolutely lie behind their back and make them look villainous because they cannot achieve what they have achieved. Correct. So either there is they feel that they cannot achieve what the others have achieved. They feel that they themselves are in so much pain that they are lashing out and hurting the people who are sometimes good to them, who have not done anything to them, but they are the easy victims because they can, lash out. The other people are going to fight them. These people will not fight them. So the ones with emotional intelligence look at those people and say, you know what, I instead of feeling bad about what is happening to them, I actually feel bad for them. I said, what a sad human being. I wish some sense comes into them that they don't do that to other humans.
From what I notice from training people training people actually, and also interviewing them, or sometimes being in conversation with them, I have noticed, I mean, if you agree with me or not, most of the people who how can I say, use the victim mindset, they lack of effective communication, they lack of ambition, they lack of vision, and also above all, lack of emotional intelligence.
That is the most important thing. Self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy,
Exactly.
all those things are so important.
Because they failed. They failed in recognizing, or not only recognizing, they failed to appreciate what they have got. Thank you. You have shared an information. I mean, you've said just 2 minutes ago, you said, look down for the people who are less fortunate. You know what I mean? So this is exactly what is appreciate, have that gratitude. Life is hard is enough. And I always joke about it. And I say, if life is not hard enough, we will not, as a babies, when you're born, the first thing you do is you cry. That's a joke. People like in the medical field, they will say, no, that's good for you as a baby, but the figure of speech. However, this is exactly what is it. If you miss something, how are we gonna give it back? So, victim mindset. Honestly, and this is what I said to the people, try to change the people around you. Try to be emotionally smart enough to pinpoint the people around you who have that negative spirit, negative energy, negative vibe, whatever you call it. Because these people will be the stepping stone to slide into the victim mindset.
All right. But again, what you have to do is you should actually, when you are emotionally intelligent and you'll actually feel for those people who are trying to hurt you. Yeah. You actually develop empathy for them because you see what they are doing is ultimately going to hurt them. Do you get it?
Yes.
Karma is a boomerang, right? It comes back right at you.
Absolutely. But
if they do that,
you cannot save everyone, Dr. Adil.
The universe has intelligence. There is intelligence built in. We think we are intelligent. Universe is,
Absolutely.
See, we are energy, right? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Absolutely.
When you put out negativity, correct? The negativity is bound to return back to you in some form. Sometimes it just takes a little longer. Sometimes it takes longer to return back to you. So I actually feel sorry for them. So where is the victim mindset? When someone is hurting me, I'm feeling sorry for them. Actually, I feel they are I don't feel I'm a victim. You understand? Because only time I can be a victim is I give them the control, the remote control to my emotions.
Agree.
I am not giving them that remote control. I own that remote control. Correct. I will control that. Yeah, when I want to feel low, I'll turn the remote and say, man, that's been a bad day for me. Correct. But I have the control. Nobody else. Once I give the control over, it's done. It's done. Then that is what a victim mindset is. It's when you hand over your emotional remote to other people. Simple.
Do you think building resilience will be your go-to tool, especially if you are critical for success and in today's fast changing world? I mean, what kind of traits people or individual they need to develop to really build that kind of resilience level to face the challenges? I mean, you mentioned about AI is coming and how human being can be left alone. But really, I look at it I enjoy my discussion with you, to be honest, Dr. Adil, because I feel that it's a building blocks. It's like a Lego. You tackle the failure mindset, and of course, we try to break it down as much as possible. And the immediate link to that is the victim mindset, and you shared with your insights on that. For me, I can see the best thing you can contain these two mindsets is resilience. So if you're gonna pull it like from your tools box, what steps people can do to really create that kind of resilience or start building resilience?
What is resilience? Resilience is nothing but a mindset. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have, what is darkness? What is darkness?
I have no idea.
The absence of light. There is nothing called darkness. When there is no light, that's darkness. As soon as you shine light on it, there is no darkness, correct? Would you agree?
Agree.
So basically, when you have a growth mindset, that is the positive, the light is there, the negativity runs away. There is no darkness there. There is no negativity. So the growth mindset is your shield, is the shield around you. Do you get it?
Mm-hmm. But again,
and that growth.
The question, sorry to interrupt you, but the question will come. Where will I find those light that I can use when it's so dark?
The light is within you. You have the light.
That's,
and where
that's so big, Dr. Adil.
No, it is. Give me some time, Mr. Abed.
Sure.
The light is in the supercomputer which you hold in your hand. Do you understand?
Okay.
Your brain is one of the most powerful supercomputer. See, there are trillions and trillions of stars in the sky, right?
True.
Do you know that your brain number of neurotransmitters and number of connections are almost equal or more than that? Do you understand that?
No doubt, yes.
So you have been given this power. Why? Not to feel like a victim, to really go beyond that. So what happens is when you form the right neural connection, when you start building the habit, it is all about habit building. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I coach people. I'm an executive coach. I take people through this process. And through my coaching, they actually find that they are rewiring their brain. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
I actually, by numbers, quantitatively, I'm showing them your brain is rewired for a different habit. So this is what you need to do. We need to, right from the youth, we need to start training them how to use this supercomputer. We have not been taught. So next year, I have a book coming out called The Power of Visualization.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it is going to be a life-changing book for a lot of people. because this is where, there are some secrets which over period we have lost as humanity.
Yes.
And if we have to compete with other technologies like AI, we better bring them back. We better create that resilience in us. These are all inbuilt in us.
Mm.
So I think you laugh that the light is not within us, but it just, you don't know, we've forgotten how to use that. That is the problem.
I didn't laugh for just laughing. It's just no, because I have because I have seen that I've seen that puzzle face from a lot of people when you try to talk to them and that depth or and the logic. But you mentioned something important here, like you said, building resilience, it requires to adapt certain habits. If you can mention to us 2-3 habits that people can really start doing it. Yeah.
Very, very good question, Mr. Abed. You're making me work harder today.
Come on, that's okay. That's okay.
You're
It's
giving
not-
all my secrets out. Okay. So, number, I'm not talking about what you eat. The physical diet makes a big difference.
Agree.
It's the mental diet. It's the mental diet which is so very critical.
Yes.
You keep watching negative serials, negative movies, horror shows, everything, and then you expect that your brain is going to be positive.
Absolutely
No,
not.
it's not.
Mm.
You have all your negative friends are all negative. Your environment is negative. There is no way you are going to be a positive person. There is a saying which says, you are the sum of the 5 people you are closest to.
Agree.
And if you are with the 5 negative people, there is no chance that you are ever going to be that positive person. So number 1 habit is positivity.
Yes.
Embrace positivity at all costs, because there is no other choice you have. Because that negativity builds on itself. It's like a chain. It keeps forming a chain till it drags you down.
I
Do you
cannot
understand?
I cannot agree more, because I have been confronted by a friend of mine and was saying, why do you see always positive in stuff? I said, why not? Look at the half cup. Okay, my coffee cup is empty, but anyway, look at the half full cup.
Mhm.
I said, this is normal. I cannot agree more, honestly. Starting to be positive with everything around you is the first step or the first habit.
Let me give you a visual. The negativity is a chain downwards. The positivity is a chain going upwards. It's
Agree.
your choice.
Yes.
Your choice, which one you pick. You understand?
So first habit was
First
being
habit
positive.
is positivity.
Nice.
Number 2 is basically you have to develop EQ. You have to develop self-awareness. So Socrates said, okay, one of the greatest philosophers, what did he say? He said, know thyself. Know thyself.
Which is
The first thing you need to do is self-awareness.
Yeah.
You need to be aware of yourself. But I am not Socrates, but I say Socrates was half right. 50% I give him. Okay, so he gets 50% marks. The rest I will fill in. I say, know thyself and then innovate thyself. You need to start growing from there. Just
Yes.
knowing yourself is not enough. You need to explore other avenues. How can you build on your strengths? Because you have your strengths. How are you going to build on that? How are you going to use that? That is a gift which has been given to you. How are you going to open that gift and use that? Correct? That is very important. Correct?
This is the resonate exactly what I have shared in episode 15, auditing 2024. Why you need to understand where you are so you can develop based on it.
Exactly.
So auditing something what you achieved in every angle of your life, personal, relationship, career, whatever it is, just audit it. You have to know where you stand so you know where to go. You know what I mean? A lot of people,
Exactly.
they just shoot in the dark. That's why they
Hmm.
blame luck, they blame others, they make victim mindset again. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is exactly how it, it's a full circle. It's
Yeah,
absolutely full
exactly.
circle. Yeah.
Exactly.
What is the habit number 3?
Habit number 3 is find the tools which so for me, I am a visualizer.
Hmm.
I will visualize.
Like
So
the visualize
basically,
board, something like that. This is what you mean.
not about, but
Mm,
you are born with a simulator in your brain.
yes.
When you go through the steps and you simulate well, you are going to see that you can work out a lot of things right there. You can optimize everything right there.
No,
You
I agree.
understand?
Hmm.
So you can work out the scenarios, things which, you know, say something is you are fearful of, you are simulating, and then that thing, when it comes to pass, it doesn't even bother you.
Yes.
You understand? Because a lot of these problems also occur from fear. As you know, the
Hmm.
victim mindset, the failure mindset is due to fear, and fear has two meanings. Okay,
Hmm.
forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. It is again your choice
Again, that please.
what you take.
Again, this is important. Again, say the same example.
Forget everything and run, fear, FEAR,
Okay.
or face everything and rise. You have the choice. It's your choice.
Definitely, number one, it's out of my options because that's giving up and surrender, and this is something out of my
Yeah,
dictionary. No.
yeah, absolutely. So I think obviously there are, as I coach people, I coach them in a very unique way. I look at their strengths, I look at what their goals are, and then I coach them very much accordingly.
Mm.
So some of them come with some fears, come with some things, and by the end of it, they are a different human being, and that is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a true change because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, it is a temporary change. I am looking for a permanent, transformation," and that takes a little longer.
Th-
One of
This,
my favorite
mm, sorry.
favorite speakers
Mm,
was Art Berg, and his saying was, "The impossible takes a little longer." And I love that quote,
it's
you
true.
know.
It's true. And this is
So,
exactly why we are trying here to put down or to create the blueprint for success,
absolutely,
not only temporary, but it has a long
long
lasting,
term.
exactly as a
Mhm.
long term, which is that's why we are here, and that's why we are tackling these topics sometimes because these topics maybe is not easy for people to digest, or maybe they shy away from it, and
Mhm.
ultimately is what we want to reach from this conversation is to reach to the growth mindset. So adapting growth mindset for any personal endeavor, whether
Mhm.
it is a career development, whether it is a
Mhm.
personal individual development, how
Mhm.
you can uh, adapt it so you can really, whenever you face the, how can I say it, the chains of victim mindset and failure, you can always look up for the chain above you and keep climbing.
I think the one thing which is missing, Mr. Abed, today is really the goal setting, the purpose in life, and
Yes.
you know, uh, one of my favorite saying is, always aim for the stars. Even if you fall short, you will land on the moon. Right.
Hmm.
So what that means, what I'm trying to say is always have higher goals. When you have a higher purpose, when you have a purpose which is beyond you, then all these things fall away. All these things fall away. Whatever comes your way, you look at it as just a hurdle that you have to jump a little higher. Do you understand?
Mm.
So when you have a true purpose, you have a North Star, you are walking towards, yes, sometimes there is a big a stone, you walk around it. Sometimes it's a hill, you basically have to climb it, correct?
I,
So you have to figure out
I
how to do that.
I will challenge you a little bit here.
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes these goals can face a major setback. I'll give you two scenarios.
Yeah.
Scenario number one: people sometimes they have a goal to establish to establish family, to find the some people they call it the better half or whatever it is. I call it the life partner, and thing goes sideways. So that goal is basically gone. Where that can, or how that damage can be healed and create a new goal. This is scenario one. Scenario two: on people's career, sometimes they reach a level of stagnation that they like their job. Okay, this is fine, but there's no purpose. So what they try to go for is seeking higher education, but with no purpose.
Okay.
So what is your take in both scenarios?
So the example of uh, you have a goal of finding a life partner.
Yes.
That is again a very selfish goal. It is very selfish. It is about you, about us. Do you understand? What I'm talking about is a selfless goal, a little higher than that, something of service, something which is beyond you. Do you understand?
Explain that, please,
Eh,
for me and the listeners.
So we always think about, one of my books is called The Legacy Driven Life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm writing the second version of that. Uh, Legacy Driven Life, the subtitle is Live a Legacy to Leave a Legacy. People
Live,
think, oh, I'll
live a
live a
legacy
legacy
to leave a
to
legacy.
leave a legacy.
Interesting.
You have to do it now. You have to do it now. Correct. See, human birth is very precious. You are
Yes.
not on this planet for yourself. You're not on this planet. Your job is to give back to the next generation. See,
Mm-hmm.
lead. To me, you call me a transformative leader. I'm,
Yes.
sensei leader. But to me, all that is immaterial if we do not understand the meaning of lead.
Yes. Agree.
It stands for leave everything appreciated on departure. Leave
It,
everything better than
mm,
leave everything appreciated on departure. What that means is if you're doing a job, leave it better. Leave your position better than what you found it. Leave the people better. When you leave this planet a little better than you came in. You understand? When
mm,
that becomes your goal in life, when that is your thinking, then all the other things fall aside, correct? Because you are thinking in a as I said, you're aiming for the stars, then then things happen. Then
true.
things happen. You think we are very smart. The universe, the energy, there is energy around us, which is a million times more intelligent. You understand?
Yes.
So when you will see some of the things I'm developing, we are thinking that we are aiming for this. There is a technique. If you really want a partner, there is a technique to get it. The problem is nobody has taught you how to get that. Nobody has taught you how to achieve goals. And that is what I'm going to teach you
Mm-hmm.
because I know how to do that. Okay. There are people who just talk about it. This is a science humanity has lost and we need to bring it back. And that is what I'm going to talk about. But it has to be done see, when you are trying to help others, the universe is trying to help you.
Yes.
Do you understand? Help you much more than what you think you deserve. And you will be more gratitude. You'll have much more gratitude. Saying, I don't deserve this. That is how you will feel. Why have I got such a, because you are doing something above and beyond. You are
Yes.
living truly what that life is supposed to live by. You get it? You understood the
Yeah.
purpose of
Yeah.
life.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Before we run out of time, and believe it or not, it's already. I told you this before. The time will fly by, honestly, and the conversation is so interesting to keep us hooked up on this call. But I know your
We can
time
do it
and
in two
commitment.
parts.
We can do it in two parts, but to leave the, I would love to have you again for part two, and inshallah, we will arrange it. I know your time is busy and stuff like that, but we will work it out together. Going to 2025, since we are on the doorsteps of 2025, and things are more competitive and dynamic, is challenging more than ever. If someone wants to create a blueprint for success, what will be your giveaway? Let's put it that way.
The giveaway is simple. If you want to go fast, slow down.
Okay. So if you seek to achieve more goals, take it slower.
Yes. What happens is, in a rush, we make a lot of mistakes. We do not understand that if you really want to go to the next level, if you want to go fast, you really need to basically take the right steps. And in the right step, see, from breath to breath, we go from breath to breath. And this is our life, correct?
Yes.
We have certain breaths in our life. But we forget that between every breath, there is a space, there is a pause. And we have forgotten to use that pause to our benefit. Give you an example. Somebody says something to you. Okay. When you are in that breathing pattern, you immediately react to them. Immediately react, because you have not used that breath. You have not used that pause in between. When you learn to stretch that pause out between your breaths, when you learn to slow down, you are going to go much faster. So in the new year, what I recommend to people is learn to find that pause within you. Okay? It's a very powerful place to be, because that is where the presence, correct? Being in the present moment is that pause.
Yes.
The breath before is the past, the breath coming up is the future. The pause is the present. This is where magic happens. This is where you need to be.
Well, Dr. Adil, thank you so much for this incredible insights today. Unfortunately, it's we run out of time again, and well.
Why say unfortunately?
It's unfortunate.
Again,
but
victim mindset. Fortunately, we got this opportunity to talk.
No, it's the best. No, I definitely, you know me by now. I never have this victim mindset. Definitely not. This conversation has been really, I know this conversation really, it was just a small masterclass in breaking the barriers. And to everyone listening, remember, failure is not the end, as Dr. Adil just said. It's just the beginning of growth. Depends on your mindset. So let's go of limitations. Just embrace and try to adapt resilience and create your own blueprint. I'm not here, not either Dr. Adil is coming to tell you what to do. We show you the path. We show you the door that will, I hope it will guide you into your successful in the future. So if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like it, share it with the people who really want to break the cycle of failure, or the failure of the mindset, victim mindset. Let's put it this way. Let us know in the comment section, what is your step? And this is a challenge for you guys. What's your step you will take today to break through your own cycle of failure? I don't need you to tell me what is your cycle you want to break it through, but just share with me and Dr. Adil what is the steps that you're going to take. Thank you for tuning again. Until next time, keep striving, keep growing, and keep believing. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Adil.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care.